Oh no, welcome back to the Matchday Live. It's me, Dan, back again, and football is back after the international break. Manchester United versus City. It's a Manchester derby. It's the 4:30 kickoff on Sunday. The team, I think it kind of picks itself. Obviously, Bayindir, Ruben Amorim has confirmed Bayindir will start in net instead of Lamens. Then I think it will be Shaw, De Ligt, Euro. Question on if Ahmad might start as right wing back or as a cam. I'm not too sure. And then obviously Xerxes will be up top, I think, with Fernandez and Casemiro in midfield with Dorgu, Mainu. I expect Mainu will probably start either with Fernandez as a 10 or maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens there. So let's get into it. Let's start match. Let's talk about the last league result, which was a 3-2 victory over Burnley. It was a very lucky 3-2 victory over Burnley, but it should have been more. It should have been more. So let's start off with the first half. I mean, what can we say? How we only put one goal through against Burnley, I do not know. Literally, Dubravka made some good saves, and Bremer had a chance. Ahmad had a chance. Cunha, before he got taken off, he had a chance as well. We had so many chances, and the goal that went in was a own goal. You can't make up, can you? It was an own goal. I'm trying to think who the Burnley player was. I think it was. Who was the Burnley player? I can't remember, but it was Casemiro. It was from a free kick. Casemiro had the. What am I trying to say? Casemiro had the. Go on then, Casemiro. Oh, look at that finish from Casemiro. Sorry. It was Bruno Fernandes on the free kick. And Bruno crossed it in to Casemiro. Casemiro's header then hits the crossbar, but then it rebounded to a Burnley player, and the Burnley player, it just went straight in off the Burnley player. The Dubravka did make a good save, but it crossed the line and it was 1-0. We did have a penalty shout beforehand as well, which I thought actually was a penalty. I thought it was a penalty, personally. I know they're both, Mason Mount and Cunha. Mason Mount was pulling at Carl Walker's shirt, but I still think it's a foul because, if that was if it's like on the halfway line, I reckon that was a foul, which I kind of thought, I kind of thought, how was that a foul? And they gave the our last the penalty in the 90th minute. I just don't know. We're into half time. Looking at it, 1-0, winning 1-0. Should have been more. We lost Cunha and Mason Mount to injury though. So unlucky again, Mason Mount. He's been looking like our best player recently. Cunha, losing Cunha as well to hamstring. He could be out for the next couple of weeks. But he apparently Ruben Amorim has said that if you asked him outside of I was going to say what a strike that would have been. If you asked him, he would probably play this game, but apparently he's not fit to play. Losing Mason Mount and Cunha is a big loss for us. So obviously we will have Mbeumo, and you know what, Xerxes, when he came on against Burnley, he had a good game. So. I'm not surprised that he had a good game, but yeah, that was good from Xerxes. He had some great play, but obviously he didn't get a goal. But he did get a goal, and I was quite surprised Sesko didn't start actually. But will Sesko start against City? I'll be very surprised if he does. I'll be very surprised. Anyway, let's talk about the second half. We gave away their goal, didn't we? They got the equaliser through Foster. It was poor defending. I think there was a mix-up in the defence, like De Ligt and Delo and Luke Shaw all over the place. And he was the free man who went into... he was the free man who... what am I trying to say? He was the free man who got into got into the box and he put it in front. So that was 1-1. And then literally a minute late, literally straight from kickoff, we headed the ball we gave the ball to Bayendir. He passed it on to Xerxes. Xerxes heads it on for Delo, and then Delo, great play down the left-hand side, crossed it in back to Mbeumo, who got his first goal, first Premier League goal for the club. So that was a 2-1. And then literally a couple of minutes later, it's just a long throw, and the Burnley player Anthony, it kind of all fumbled in the box, and it just went in. It was just one of them ones where they get a bit of luck and it just went in. So that was unlucky. But we was a bit unlucky with that. But then obviously we kind of grew into the game. We brought Sesko on and everyone, and then we got a penalty, which again I thought was a bit soft. It was a bit soft, I'm not gonna lie. He's definitely got the shirt of Ahmad, but he went down. I mean, it's a penalty. It's definitely a penalty, but it's a soft penalty, but it's definitely a penalty. So yeah, it was unlucky. Wow, Ederson making some saves. Obviously, Ederson. Did he go to Galatasaray in the end? He did, didn't he, Ederson? I'm pretty sure. Obviously, I haven't done the transfers as well, but obviously we let go of Garnacho. He went to Chelsea, and then obviously we let Højlund go as well, on loan to Napoli, and then obviously we just signed Lamens. I mean, that deadline date, it was either going to be I'm surprised we didn't sign both of them, to be honest. Emi Martinez or Sen Lamens, and it looked like it was going to be Emi Martinez, and then out of nowhere, Sen Lamens was pictured, getting a flight to United, and he got. He got onto the plane and we signed Sen Lamens. It's just unfortunately we ain't going to see him this weekend against City. Maybe next week against... who we got next week? I'm trying to think who we got next week. I can't remember. But anyway, we do have City coming up. Obviously, I forgot to say about the... Bruno Fernandes scored the penalty and we won the game 3-2, which I think we deserved in the end, but... we're looking good on paper. We had the XG and shots on target and everything. We're looking really good, but for some reason we just can't put the ball in the net. So that's a bit of a worry, to say the least. I know we scored 3 times, but it's just funny that we can score. We could score like we did against the second goal against Burnley, but we just couldn't do that in the first half all of a sudden. So. Yeah, so obviously this weekend we do have City. Obviously they've had a really bad start, actually. The first game they were looking pretty good, and of course Haaland scores. They were looking pretty good. Was it a 4-0 victory against Wolves? I was thinking, oh God, they're going to go on a rampage, but then they lost to Spurs, where Spurs just put them to slaughter. Spurs literally just pressed them, and in the end. Spurs literally just pressed them, and they got 2 goals against City, so then that was looking pretty good. And then the same thing happened against Brighton. Brighton, they were losing 1-0 at half time, but then Brighton got 2 goals out of nowhere, and I was going to say, has Xerxes got a hat-trick? He has. Brighton got 2 late goals against them, so. Yeah, they've, they're currently sitting below us in the league, which is surprising to see. But, it is quite surprising that they've started badly, but I don't know why it is. But yeah, there we go. And obviously they got Donnarumma on the last deadline day. So will he start against United? I'll be very surprised if he does. I feel sorry for James Trafford, by the way. He signed for City, and then obviously he's going to be the backup goalkeeper, where he could have, stayed at Burnley and got the match. He could have got the games, but yeah, it was a bit of a weird one, that the signing for City. And obviously Donnarumma as well. Obviously, I would have loved Donnarumma at United personally. I think we should have gone for him because 26 million. Okay, he's going to have like a I mean, God knows what his wages are, but you know, there's no way I don't think United would have. There's no way United would have, signed him for all them, signed him for all them for his wages. So there we go. So I'll be very surprised if he does start, but knowing Pep Guardiola, he'll probably start him. Apparently, NNOOO, Cherki, and Marmoush are out for the game. And apparently John Stones is a doubt for this game as well. So they're having some injuries themselves at City. But obviously, it is the Manchester derby. Obviously, if we can do like we did against them last time, got 2 late goals against them and beat them, that would be, that was kind of spelt on our season, I think. Because obviously, after, I think, we do have Chelsea coming up as well, don't we? I think it might be Chelsea next week, who we've got. Is it Chelsea? I'm not too sure. I'll quickly have a look now. I think we've got Chelsea at Old Trafford, haven't we? Is it next weekend? Yes, it's a 5:30 kickoff. So yeah, it's 2 big games coming up. Obviously, Chelsea themselves, they're looking pretty good. So it's going to be an interesting game this weekend against City. Personally, I would love a draw, but I expect a reaction from Miss City. I know we've just had the international break, but losing Cunha and Mason Mount, I think that really damages us for our front three. And I wouldn't be surprised if we lost, I'm not going to lie. Maybe like 2-0, 2-1, something like that. I'm going to go for my score prediction. I'm going to go for 1-1, but I'm not going to lie to you. We got lucky against Burnley. Well, we got lucky against Burnley, but obviously we should have won that game 3 or 4-0. If we get chances against City and actually put them away, then I reckon we will win the game, obviously. But if we put away our chances, we'll give City a game. But we just got to make sure that we don't give City chances as well. And obviously, I think that Reinders, he looks like a really good player for City, so we have to watch out for him. And obviously they don't have Kevin De Bruyne anymore, but obviously they still have Phil Foden, and obviously he likes to score against United, doesn't he? So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a goal against us. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go 1-1 as my score prediction. Hopefully we will get a draw or hopefully a win, but I'm not going to lie to you, I could see City scoring a few goals against us. I just hope they're not corners. Oh dear. Right, anyway, yeah, so score prediction 1-1. I'm actually going to end it here for today, so please like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to leave your score prediction below. So right guys, I'm going. Bye.